Hey guys, it's Sarah here from New England Junk Journals, and I have finally finished my 5 nature journals that I want to share with you guys today. I'm going to look through them all individually. They are wrapped in a beautiful piece of fabric here with some ruffles, and each one is set with a brooch. So let me go ahead and set these aside and I'll show you these one at a time. All right, so this is journal number 1. I am going to come back to this. This will be the last one I show because this one is reserved already. So let me start with the journals that are available. I will just quickly show you the little goodie packs are similar. You will receive different patterns of fabric, different patterns of wallpaper, but in general, you'll be getting roughly the same things. So beautiful sample, beautiful large piece of wallpaper. You'll be getting a plain card. These will be different. Some little pieces of ephemera. This is a printable. Here are some little die cuts from Anna Griffin. This is a beautiful piece that came out of a book about a botanist and artist. You will be getting a visiting card. This is antique from the 20s. And an extra of these masterboard tags and an extra fabric tag. These were super fun to make. I loved the beautiful laces and things that I was sent by Annie in that Happy Mail. A lot of them made it onto these tags. I have a land user courtesy card from the Maine Fish and Wildlife Foundation. A piece out of a vintage bird feeder book or birdhouse book. This came from the New England Telephone and Telegraph Company. Some little pieces out of a book. Some beautiful, these are like miniatures of some bird prints. A vintage envelope. I believe this is from Current, but don't quote me on that. Some very vintage dictionary page. Some more little pieces of beautiful wallpaper to play with. This came out of a Lectures on Botany book from 1842. I think these are some J.J. Audubon prints in a very small format. Hand-stitched double pocket here. This is an antique flyleaf out of a book, but those are also fun to play with. This is some shorthand paper and an antique, this is from, I believe, 1908. It's a medicinal plants plate out of a very old antique book. So all of those will come together in a little packet. So each one will receive one of those. So let us start with Journal 2. They'll come wrapped with this beautiful fabric and a gorgeous brooch. This one has a beautiful butterfly. And here is the cover of number 2. I made them all out of these vintage Reader's Digests. So they will all have approximately 112 pages. They are 7.5 by 5 1/4, so 7.5 by 5 1/4, and roughly a 2-inch spine. And if anybody wants, before I ship them, I absolutely can put eyelets with some fabric ties, either lace, or I have a beautiful, where is it? I have some of this really gorgeous chiffon fabric that I can make ties out of. I have a bunch of different colors, so I'll pick something suitable to the look of the cover. So I can do that upon request, and also add something to the inside, maybe some beautiful wallpaper stitched around and glued in, something that will complement the book and look lovely. If you would like that, please let me know. All the information for claiming these journals will be in the description box, along with my email address, the prices, the specifications, all of that will be in the description box. So this is number 2. This is an old Flinch card here. And I took some of these beautiful Audell's plates that they had in there. They're a bit fragile, so I did back them onto some coffee dyed like receipt paper, and I hand painted them. This one came out with blue and green. I love all the wallpaper that was in here. This is pretty much all from the William Morris collection of wallpapers. Got lace on the edge. I did a lot of stenciling, a lot of collage on here before they were sewed in. So this is that masterboard that I made quite a while ago with these reproduction tea cards, bird tea cards. Here is an old greeting card. I did some collage. This is hand coffee stained grid paper. I included some scrapbook paper. Here's some little bird fussy cuts, some words. I took a little crocheted doily here. It's like very, very finely crocheted. I wonder if you can see. I have a wallpaper tag. This is a late 1800s chatterbox book page. So each journal gets one of these. This one is the one from January. It comes with a beautiful poem and this lovely print. Some vintage wallpaper. This is from a book called Lectures in Botany from 1842. It's been reinforced with more rag paper. It's rag paper on rag paper, so this is very sturdy. I hand stitched in this beautiful page here from a nature guide. Here is a printable that I printed off from the Graphics Fairy. With some trim, some stenciling, antique music paper. More collage on the back of this very vintage print. Some faux, well, it's actually not faux. So here, so it's actually vintage cello tape, but it was very, very light. So I did actually grunge it up a little bit more with some ink. This is some fabric tape here. I love these. They came off of a little trim sample book that I had gotten. Some more of that great rag paper. Here's another one of those plates. Again, I just hand stitched in. Here is some of that same wallpaper, and I made a little envelope here. I won't open all the envelopes, but I will just show you what's in them. There's just some of these great little die cuts from Anna Griffin. In each of the envelopes. So here's some more collage. Here is a very vintage to antique letter here. I believe this was written in the 20s. It came in a beautiful bundle that I had gotten of, they were all congratulation letters for a baby girl. And here is a J.J. Audubon postcard. This is from the 80s, 1986. And this is an antique lotto card. It's very stiff, very strong. Another hand-painted flower page out of a nature guide. And I made this with ledger. Just a little, and some lace here. It's a little tag, skinny tag. Some tabs. This one flips out too, so some more hidden spots here. This is a specimen card that I made. Hopefully I can get this on camera so that you can see. But this is vintage tracing paper, and I have 3 leaves in there. Now these leaves, and I did this with all the books. I love these specimen cards. All these leaves came out of antique books that I have rescued. So anytime I get any of the antique books, flip through them and I find these little botanicals, I save them out. And so I was able to use them to make these. Yeah, super happy about that. I love the lace on the edge here. Again, some more stenciling. Here is some vellum that I treated with some different mixed media to give it a shine. Here is another like old antique rag paper piece, and I hand stitched on this little lace pocket. I've got a French vocab card in here and a little vintage playing card. I love the paper. These came out of a Canadian Weeds and Wildflowers book. This is hand coffee stained ledger. And I do have some rag paper to reinforce it because it is a little bit fragile. And then I made a little flip here with some digitals, some very old rag paper end pages, some tracing paper. I did like a little painty swatches on a little nature guide. And then here's more rag paper out of that old botanical book. I have a little digital pocket here along with some vintage photos. So all the vintage photos in here they're pretty much all landscapes or nature scenes. This came out of a little miniature nature guide, a little bird guide. Some more old wallpaper. This was a border that had a scalloped edge, so I just folded it up and stitched it. This, I don't know if you can see the texture, but this is some gorgeous stationery. Had to include this in here. There's a couple different pieces in each journal. Another fabric tag, some of that beautiful trim. More antique music paper. I did a little stenciling throughout and collaging. This is a little envelope here with just a little journaling spot tucked inside. Each one got something similar. Gwen Frastic page out of one of her books. Again, some fabric tape over here with the tab. Opens out. This is from that Botanical book. Each each journal got the plate. That one's like this plate number 2. So that goes in journal number 2. So I tried to match them all up. These are gorgeous. I love them. The back side of the rest of those gorgeous pages. Some more collage here on the wallpaper. I did a vellum pocket on the back of each second signature, and they all have little bird pages out of an antique bird guide. I did a little bit of collage on all of the vellum pockets. This piece here is a German bond ticket from pre-World War II Germany. And here is some beautiful trim, crocheted trim, a medical plant plate out of an antique book. Here is a postcard, 1936, from Paradise Falls, Lost River, New Hampshire. Some beautiful fabric down here. I did make some of these little labels using old antique ledger. These are just a couple of pieces that came out of a nature book. More wallpaper border. I made these. They are attached. They are a hidden paper clip. Put a little tag on them. And these have William Morris fabrics samples here. A lovely piece of crocheted lace on the top. And this is something I got from Hazel Anaka at Hazel Anaka Designs. I bought some of that beautiful, beautiful lace from her. Here's another little nature journal book. I just took some pages out of that. More collage here. This is some embroidery that I cut out and appliqued on. So I had a bunch of these old antique flower plates, and they were quite big, bigger than this journal could hold. So I did scan a bunch of them, printed them off, and these have been treated with a sealant. Because I have an inkjet printer, I did not want it to have you use it with mixed media and have it smudge or smear or bleed. So these are all sealed up so you can use them any way you want. Little project life card. Some Edith Holden. What's a nature journal without some Edith Holden, am I right? Some more collage here. These are some antique mushroom plates. I did cut them down and made them into little journaling cards. It's got the little legend here that tells you the Latin name. I think they came out really cute. Here is that other beautiful stationery paper. It's so gorgeous, high quality. And then you've got another vintage playing card and a little vocab card. Here is, so I did have these Fujichrome slides. And what I did with these, and each journal gets one of them, I just carefully slit them open, removed the negative that was inside, and then picked some beautiful vellum with butterflies on it to replace it with. And it's all glued shut. You would never know that that wasn't what was inside. Another vocab card, beautiful vintage photo. This one has just been printed off. It hasn't been treated with anything, but this is another one of those beautiful plates. Another card, and that is it for number 2. Again, comes with a beautiful pack. And I'm going to go a little quicker for the rest of them. Now that I've explained what each piece is, I'm just going to let you see. This is number 3, and here's the cover. That beautiful William Morris wallpaper. Lace is dripping from the edge. I tried to reinforce where I could with rag paper, just to give this as much strength as possible. I love that purple. You'll be able to tell which of these has been treated with sealant and which hasn't by the texture. And here's that envelope with all the little die cuts. I love these. A lot of these are collage with some beautiful vintage greeting card pieces. I was given those by Angela. Hopefully you can see. It's easy to see in natural light, but on camera, I think they are a little bit difficult. Digital from the Graphics Fairy. I love being able to put all kinds of trim on these pages. This has a little journaling space inside. A little writing spot made from some of those floral prints. Love the collage on all of this. This is the envelope with the die cuts. and that is number 3. Number 4, that's this beautiful hummingbird brooch. Oh, and number 3's brooch. I don't think I showed that one. There we go. That was number 3. So this is journal number 4. And it's a little packet. Just gonna flip through. Each one has its own little feel to it, its own personality. Yeah, and some of them I used fabric to hinge instead of the rag paper. The postcard. So this has a vintage photo, a card, and then that letter, antique letter is in here as well. I loved being able to add like the hand stitching, stenciling in here. Just gives it so much more character. Use some of those postage stamp clusters. A little tuck here. All right, and that was number 4. Number 5 has this beautiful butterfly brooch. And its little pack. This is the most distressed cover that I had in this collection. As you can see, it's got a little bit of little bite marks, not actual bite marks, but what do they call that in pottery? I think they call them little flea bites. It's a pottery term, or ceramic term. But I love this. I love the doily on the spine. It's a beautiful moth on the cover. I did cover the edges because that's where most of the damage was with this seam binding. Number 5, I just want to show you this first page here. There we go. So the wallpaper tag, that's the chatterbox. Die cuts in there. Little aged tape. Here's, oh my gosh, this one is so soft. The fabric that I used on this was amazing. Here is the plate for number 5. Just absolutely gorgeous. Can you see the beautiful foxing on this page? I love it. Stenciling. There we go. Stenciling. Here's that letter, the Audubon postcard. Vellum. It's pretty. So in here we've got the lotto card. And this is where I put that specimen slide with the Kodak slide. Lots and lots of pages in these guys. This mushroom one, I'll love it. So pretty. This, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that this playing card is Marjolaine Baston from a set with her art. So pretty. All right, so that is number 5, and I will show you number 1. It is spoken for, but in case anybody is interested. This is how the front came out. Oh yeah, that's all the information. love those colors. Here's the postcard, letter, and wallpaper tag. Delicious morel mushrooms. Plate number 1. There we go. There's a couple of little tickets here. This is the piece that was treated with sealant. The texture on these pages is just amazing. That one's going to get tucked back in later. It's that other very soft, like almost flocked feeling tag. And there we have it. That is that. So again, they are, where is it? Here we go. They are roughly 110, 112 pages, 7.5 inches high by 5.5 inches wide, a roughly 2-inch spine, and 3 signatures. And the information to claim these journals will be in the description box. Thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this flip through and seeing the videos that have led up to this. It was really fun to put together, but I'm definitely at the point where I am ready for a new project, something a little different maybe, or something in slightly different style. So thank you so much. As always, guys, I will see you in the next video. God bless and goodbye.